Hai, Assalamualaikum. Welcome back to my channel. For those who are new here, I'm Onya Atta and this is Atta Touch. Today we are making a vertical plant wall. If you watched my previous video, you will know that I've made a sitting and a shoe storage from a table drawer for my husband's office Rotex on the go. I'll drop the link to the video down at the description below, so make sure you check it out. There's an empty wall at the back of this piece, so I'm thinking of doing a vertical plant at the wall there. This will make the piece more lively and pleasing to the eyes. So for this project, my plan is to use a large wire mesh and hang it directly to the wall and just hook on several flower pot there. I also gonna share with you how I reuse this empty milk box and turn it into a plant pot for this project. Here I'm using this wire mesh from my father's leftovers. He used this to organize the tools in his storeroom at home. I asked my brother to help cut out the size that I need. As you can see here, he's cutting it using a plier and by hitting it with a mallet. By doing so, the edge will be sharp and dangerous when you try to move it around. You can soften the edge using a grinder if you have. But I did not do it because I don't really know how to use the tools. So instead, I'm using a masking tape and tape it around. As for the extra wire that we cut out, I bend it to an S shape and will be using it to hang the plant later on. I'm afraid by using this, the water from the plant gonna make the wire mesh easily rust, so I decided to paint it. So this is the price of a spray paint at the hardware. You can easily get it for half the price at the paint shop. Actually, my plan was to use an anti-rust primer, but I don't like the color and I don't want to waste spraying a top coat. Instead, I will be using the undercoat silver. Also, not to forget to spray the S-shaped hanger that I've made. Now we're moving on to making the planter box. My son is now 2.5 years old and he just stopped breastfeeding. Now he consumed this full cream milk, that's why we have a lot of this box. And now I'm using it as a pot for my plant. I've learned before that this milk box can't really be recycled, but the new packaging state that it can be. So I'm a bit confused here. The QR code doesn't really help, so if any of you can clarify this, please do so at the comment section below. Getting back to the making of the flower pot, you're gonna need all these things. So the first thing I did is I measured the height of the box and divide it by 2. And then I minus 2.5 and get 7 cm. This will be the height of the front part of the pot. I've marked 7 cm using the marker and I make a line. I want to cut the box slanted so that we can see more of the green. That's why I minus 2.5 cm for the measurement. Turn the box on the other end and the other way, making it the opposite way of opposite side. And mark again 7 cm line. Then, at both sides, make a line connecting those two lines. After you're done with the lines, you can cut it out using a cutter. When doing so, make sure you put a cloth underneath because sometimes there's still water inside. Take note that you always have to rinse your food and drinks container every time before recycling it. Next, we're gonna do the hole to hang it. I'm gonna make 2 holes for each pot. I measure 2 cm from both sides as so, and 1 cm from the top and make a point. I'm using this single hole puncher. You can also use the normal double hole paper puncher if you have that one. If you don't have either, you can use a nail and poke a hole. Next, we need to punch a few holes at the bottom for the drainage. I'm using an unused box to hold the inside while I punch a hole using a nail and a hammer from the outside. My tips for you when you are making a repeating process like this is to make it step by step. Do one step for all boxes at a time. This method is more efficient as you are using the same tools at a time and repeating the same process. Next step is to paint your boxes. I'm using a spray paint and the color I choose match the color of the cushion from the seating in front of it. I did 2 coats for this color, making sure to leave 10 to 20 minutes time to dry before the next coat. This is after the first coat. You can still see the details on the box. Make sure the spray paint reach every crack of the hole. If not, the box will absorb the water from the soil and this will ruin the box. After that is done, I went plant shopping and repot it into the planter box that I've just made. You don't even have to buy a new plant. You can just take a plant from your parents' house or even propagate your own from what you have, just like what I'm doing here. The last step before hanging the plant is to hang this wire mesh to the wall. I asked my husband to help me with this because it's very hard to hammer a nail into a brick wall. The person from my local hardware advised me to use a shorter brick nail. That way you don't have to hammer much. She also suggests for me to use this metal thing to install the wire mesh. Lastly, just add the plant and it's done. So here is the final look of this vase. As you can see here, I also made a kokidama. If you want to see how I make the kokidama, do say so at the comment down below. Maybe I'll do a tutorial on that. And make sure you subscribe so that you won't miss it. I'll be posting more videos on DIYs, furniture flip, space decor and lots more. So if you are interested on those kind of video, don't forget to subscribe. So that's all from Touch for today. If you like this video, don't forget to press like. And if you love it, press subscribe. Don't forget to check out my previous video on the shoe storage and sitting that I've made. Hope to see you on my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye. Assalamualaikum.